pull up the book. Let's pull up the book. Let's show the book.
History of Slavery.
This is History of Slavery by Susan Everett, an illustrated history of the monstrous evil. The monstrous evil. Let's go inside the book. Let's go inside the book. All right. So this is the Arab slave trade. So who you see on the camels is the Arabs. That's Ishmael. And who you see, like if you see on this bottom right, you see this Ishmaelite getting ready to whip the slave. You see the slaves that are carrying various things. You see they're naked to the left, like right below the camel on the left. You see they're naked. This is the monstrous evil of the Arab slave trade. This is what the Arabs did to the so-called African Americans, black people, the Israelites.
Right.
Go to the next picture. And let me read a part of the book. Go back. I'm gonna read a part of it. Go back. This drawing is based on a report of a slave gang seen near Zumbo, some 450 miles up the Zambezi, in Portuguese Mozambique, near the borders of present-day Zambia in 1892. Go ahead. All right. Let me go to this one. Page 197. This drawing is based on a report. Oh, shoot. What I just read was this one. Let me go back. Go back to the picture before. So you see the taskmasters in the one in the previous one. So this one, page 196, an Arab slave caravan on its way to the coast. An Arab slave caravan on its way to the coast. Go to the next picture. Go to the next picture. We just seen this one. Next picture.
Cap, you know what that picture remind me of with them sisters carrying the things on their head? Our sisters over in Africa, in Jamaica and Haiti, how they walk around with the baskets and stuff on their head.
Right.
That possibly could have came from that right there. From slavery. That was bred in them to carry things around their head. So now this is what they do even to this very day. So they're showing you an attribute that we are those people that they had in slavery over there under the Arabs, the Israelites. Go ahead, Cap.
Yep. So you see this Arab, and he's got what looks like a gun or something like that to the sister's head. All right. Now go to the next one. Now blow it up. Let's see the words and let's see the picture. Read that. So look at the picture. Yeah, thank you. So let's look at the picture. You see Israel that's scattered. They're exhausted on the ground, right? They all laid out, sprawled out on the ground. Scroll down. Let's read the caption.
Useless property, exhausted.
Hold up. Slow down. Slow down. Useless property. Property. Let's blow it back up. What are we doing? Let's blow it back up.
Rendered as
Let's
useless.
Let's show the image. Show the image. Okay, now we're on the words, brothers. We're reading the words. There we go.
Useless property. Exhausted slaves collapse within sight of a water hole.
So they collapse in sight. They can see a water hole. And they're like, damn. And they getting ready to drop out of exhaustion.
Wow.
This is the children of Israel. Go ahead.
And a slave trader prepares to deliver the coup de grace to an exhausted slave.
And it says, and a slave trader's preparing them. So scroll up to the image. So they're in sight of a water hole, and they're so exhausted that they can't even make it to the water hole.
Wow.
That's what you're looking at. Let's go to the next picture. They don't need to see me. Let's just go to the next picture. Can we go? All right.
Making them serve with rigor. Hard bondage. Same spirit as the Pharaoh had.
Yep. Blow. All right, so look at let's blow the image up first. Let's blow the image up first. So y'all see the image. Y'all see donkeys in the background. Y'all see the Arabs up under the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all see Israel that's a little bit over to the right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now read the caption.
Slaves and ivory.
Mm.
An
So
engraving.
you're just going to read what's circled.
Yes, sir. Slaves and ivory. An engraving done in 1889 shows the connection between these two prime types of merchandise.
Types of what?
Merchandise.
Types of what?
Merchandise.
Merchandise. Merchandise.
Exactly.
Arabs thought of us as nothing more than merchandise. Read it again.
These two prime types of merchandise for Arab traders in East Africa.
Arab traders in East Africa, because that's where they got us from the Swahili coast.
Mm.
Right.
East Africa. The children of Israel was scattered, start from 70 AD, and they were scattered to Egypt and throughout all of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So the children of Israel, we dwell amongst all other Hamitic tribes, the Hamitic tribes within Africa.
Right.
The children of Israel were picked up off of the coast of East Africa by Arabs, by Muslims, and they were bought and sold as what? Merchandise. Is that in the Bible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let's see. Y'all already in the spirit. Y'all already know what I want. Let's go. 28. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see if that's recorded in the Bible. Come on, bro. 28:68. Like y'all ain't never read it before.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
The Lord would bring us into slavery,
Again.
bondage, captivity. Come on.
Again with ships.
With ships. Come on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
You would not see your homeland again. Come on.
And there.
And there where you got off those slave ships, whether it was Iran, Iraq, UAE, Dubai, Turkey, Cyprus. Come on.
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You should be what?
Sold.
Sold as what? Merchandise. Merchandise. It says in there,
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
you would be sold unto your enemies. Go back to the picture. They don't need to see my face. Go back to the picture. Let's ingrain that in their brain stems.
Right.
It says in there,
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
slaves and ivory, sold as merchandise, sold unto your friends,
Your enemies.
your buddies,
Your enemies.
your pals.
Your enemies.
God said Muslims, Arabs are who?
Your enemies.
God said they're our enemies.
That's
Why are you trying to make them your friends?
right.
Why we in Islam?
Wow.
What the hell are we talking about NOI for?
Right.
Nation of Islam. What?
Right. And you know
When
what?
these dudes had us in slavery, bought and sold us as merchandise,
Mhm.
but we worship and serve the same God.
Right. You know something, Cap? Minister Farrakhan will go hard on the white man, and he'll go hard on the Jewish, but he'll never go hard on the Arabs. They had
I don't know why.
Why is that?
I don't know why.
When this
Well,
history
I-
exists.
Where are the classes on this history?
Right.
Never.
Where are the classes on this history?
Right.
Inquiring minds want
Want
to
to
know.
know.
Right.
They did us just as bad as the Jewish people.
Yes.
Right, right.
And you know what's really funny? He'll even say, he'll make mention that we are the children of Israel, but he'll still be under the banner of Islam. That is remarkable to me, man.
Hey, you know what's crazy about our people? Our people have these Arabs up in our neighborhoods in those corner stores, right? And they will treat them Arabs well, treat them great, but they brothers and sisters, they treat them so bad.
Yes.
And all the Arabs would do would have the pretty girls to work in their store so they can fill them all up at the end of the night. You know what I mean?
You know what? You look at a lot of these TikToks, and they got I say TikTok. I don't even
Right.
do TikTok.
Yeah,
like
it
that.
is. Talk
Instagram, whatever. I know it'd be on TikTok.
With them young cats.
But you know, they do all these little videos and stuff like that where Arabs are they taking videos and just a nigga, roll up in there, give me that great, what is it called? Swisher. Give me that great swisher right there.
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
the done,
right,
and
yeah,
I want
you're
the done, and I want the cigarillo, and I want the done.
Mhm.
And they mocking them. What's
Exactly.
2 + 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's
Exactly
2
right,
times
Captain.
8?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What color's the sky?
You
What
seen
color's
those
the grass?
videos? I saw
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Making mockery of
Yeah.
us.
Like,
And then-
Straight
and then-
mockery.
Yeah.
Look, and then they behind glass this thick.
Yes.
They won't even, they don't want to touch you. They don't want to deal. They don't
No.
want to deal with you. All they want you to do is come and spend your money with them.
And guess what? You know how much, they making bread off them videos between the YouTube shorts,
Yes.
TikTok, Instagram, all
Right.
that. They making money. They making money off our stupidity.
Yep.
They making money off of our destruction.
Yep.
So just like you said, just like we read, they always consider us as merchandise. That's it. That's all they
Damn,
want.
that's it. That's it.
That's all
That's
they
it.
want.
They look at you. These Muslims, these Arabs, and these corner stores look at you as nothing more than what?
Merchandise.
Merchandise.
That's why they let you sell drugs at they store.
Yes,
Because they know you gonna bring forth the customers to come
Yeah.
get the cigarillo,
Hell,
come
yeah.
get
Hey,
the drink.
Yes.
Oh, so they the one bringing the drugs in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They the one doing it.
I say this 100 on our spot where we were. We hadn't been over there in a minute, so we went to set up. The guy comes out to run us off of the property. Thank God for land glide. Thank God for land glide, right? So I let him get his spill out. Then I said, "Well, sir, I'm not on your property, sir. I mean, technically, right now I'm standing there, but let me back up 3 steps, and we'll just stay right here." And his face was cracked. And I said, I asked him, I was like, "Yo, so did we do something?" He was like, "No, the stores complained." I said, "Man, ain't nobody." We standing there. I'm watching your store. I've seen 2 people walk in your store, and both of them walked out with cigarillo wraps or with blunt wraps. But ain't nobody walked in your store from nowhere else. Now, I don't know if they called you or what, but the real reason you got us out here is because we stopping these dope dealers from selling dope because people don't want to come over here to buy.
Yep.
Here's what he said. He didn't say yes. He said, "Look, I know what you guys are doing is good. You guys are telling your people, you're trying to help your community." He said this to me. "You're trying to help your community, but we just can't have you on the property like that. So if you stay over there." And that confirmed to me, after all of these years, in my age, he said flat out, "We know what y'all are trying to do. Y'all are trying to help your people." They don't care. He ain't give a damn. He was still willing to run us off.
When we help our people, that stop their money.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we help our people,
Yes.
that's what's the importance of this truth. That's why we go out and push the truth,
Right.
so we can start helping each other. Because they know once we come up, it's their downfall.
That's it.
It's just that simple. But to our people, it's so doggone hard.
Right.
We love too much. We love too hard, officer. We got to stop loving these folks and start loving ourselves.
That's right.
I was reading this last night. Go to Micah 4:11. This is why you brothers and sisters need to get y'all 4 chapters a day. Because stuff just come up. You're like, "Oh, shit, I was just reading that."
Yeah.
Get Micah chapter 4, verse 11.
I got you. This is the book of Micah, chapter 4 and verse 11. Now also many nations.
Stop. Now also many nations, not just one nation. Y'all think it's just white folks. No, many nations.
Right.
Psalms 83. Come on.
Now also many nations are gathered against thee,
Many nations are gathered against the children of Israel. Come on.
that say,
And what do they say?
"Let her be defiled."
Let her be defiled. Let them smoke. Keep the abortion clinics. Let them kill each other.
Let them kill each other.
Y'all don't see white folks marching in the streets talking about Black Lives Matter. But a homo, we good with that. Abortion rights.
Right.
Keep the black man in the house.
Yep.
They go, what? I don't give a damn about keeping your daddy in the house. I don't give a damn about that.
Yep.
Right.
The scripture says the nature, read it again.
Now also many nations are gathered against thee. They say, "Let her be defiled."
That say.
That say, "Let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion."
Meaning take the land of Israel. So we're destroyed here in America and the other nations because black people, dumb black pastors, y'all are looking for the white man to save you. God says that they're against us.
That's right.
And they say, let them be defiled.
Right.
They had no problem passing laws against Asian hate.
Right.
No
None.
problem at all.
None.
Where's the anti-lynching bill?
Exactly.
Where the hell's that bill? Y'all trying to take black history out the school.
Man.
The damn 1619 project. What's the other one? The CRT, critical race
Critical
theory.
race theory.
Critical race
Yep.
theory.
But you dumb black pastors and you dumb black deacons, you dumb black first ladies, you dumb black ushers, all of y'all
They just dumb.
just dumb. They ain't read the Bible outside of John, and y'all don't even read John 3:16.
Right.
Y'all just quote that.
Right. Right.
How I know you ain't read it? Because you ain't read 2 verses above it.
Yeah.
Cap, can I back you up real quick?
Yeah,
Because they
go
might say, this brother's mean. He's calling the pastors dumb, the deacons dumb, the so on and so
please
forth.
bring it out.
Let's see if
Please
that is
bring it out.
biblical. Give me Isaiah chapter 56, verse 10. Because at IUIC, we gonna speak the Bible.
That's right.
That's why he said, hey, y'all just saying John 3:16. We gonna read the book. Come on, let's read it.
Isaiah chapter 56 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
His watchmen are blind.
When you are a pastor, you are set up in the position of a leader. A leader is supposed to be a watchman. Why? Because you're watching for the danger to come and you warn the people.
Right.
But the Bible says his watchmen are blind. What good is a watchman if he can't see the danger?
Right.
Read.
They are all ignorant.
They're all ignorant. What? Ignorant of God's laws. Ignorant of the things that actually provide tangible change in our community. Come on.
They are all dumb dogs.
They are what?
Dumb dogs.
The Bible says that the watchmen of our people today, which is in vast majority the Christian pastors, the church, the first ladies, the deacon, the deaconess, so on and so forth, the Bible says they are dumb dogs. Come on.
They cannot bark.
They cannot bark, because what's a dog supposed to do? A watchdog is supposed to bark to let you know something's coming. Hey, hey, something at the gate, something at the door, hey, something at the window. It said they cannot bark, meaning what? They not showing our people the danger. They not showing our people what's happening and how to change and how to fix it. Come on.
Right.
Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber.
You know what that means? Taking that money, taking that check, collecting the tithe, pass around that plate, and go back and kick their feet up.
Never
chill.
leave.
And just don't never leave.
They never leave the church.
Hey, after Sunday service, they got a couple dilly burgers in the back.
Right.
And just don't never leave.
Exactly.
That's it. That's it.
And don't never not be there.
Right. All right, AV, I want y'all to go to supplying the Eastern harems. That's where we're going next, supplying the Eastern harems. All right, so let's blow up the images first. Let's show the images first. Okay, so you see it says capturing the Ethiopian highlands. So you see these Arabs and you see Ethiopian girls, right?
Snatching women.
Scroll down. And then you see it says slaves in transit. Slaves in transit. You see the Arab in the back, and he's got that big ass sword. They love swords. Friggin' machetes.
Right.
All right. Now scroll up. Let's read the caption.
Supplying the Eastern harems. Besides supplying labor to the Middle East, the slave traders also sold young girls.
They did what?
Also sold young girls.
They sold young girls. You see our brothers in the spirit, they already going to the scriptures. I ain't even got to say nothing.
Right.
Come on.
Mainly from Ethiopia, Abyssinia, and Somalia.
And Somalia, where our people are. Come on.
As wives and servants to the Sudanese.
As what?
As wives and servants.
Wives and servants.
To the Sudanese, Egyptians, and Turks.
And Turks. To Hamites and Ishmaelites.
That's right.
Come on.
The British explorer Samuel Baker in 1861 to 1862 saw the Great Slave Mart.
The what?
The Great Slave Mart.
The Great Slave Mart. Come on.
At Galabat on the Sudanese-Ethiopia border. The establishments of the various slave merchants were arranged under large tents.
Under large tents. All right. You already got it. Come on. Let's go. Scripture.
book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 3.
Come on.
And they have
Put the
cast,
picture up. Put the image up. They don't need to see me.
and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a
What
boy
verse you
for
at?
an harlot.
What verse you at?
Joel chapter 3 and verse 3.
Start at verse 1.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations
When the Lord saves Israel, he's going to gather all nations.
and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat,
The valley of decision.
and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered.
They have what?
Scattered.
Scattered via what? Slave trade, slave markets. Come on.
Among the nations.
Among who?
Among the nations.
Among the nations.
And parted my land.
And did what?
Parted my land.
Parted my land. A part of what they said in Micah 4. Let them be defiled. We're going to take the land.
Right.
Come on.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl.
Stop! And did what?
Sold a girl.
Scroll back up. Let's look. Let's read this again.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Read it again, because people don't got a clue yet.
Besides supplying labor to the Middle East,
Besides slave markets,
the slave traders also sold young girls.
they also sold young
That's right.
girls. Sold young girls. Read on.
And sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
That they might drink. Come on.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon,
Hamite nations.
and all the coast of Palestine?
And all the coasts of Palestine. Who are the Palestinians?
Arabs.
Arabs. Those are Arabs.
Yep.
The land taken, part of it, by Arabs.
Parted out.
They parted our land as prophesied. They sold girls for harlots as prophesied.
Right.
They scattered us amongst the nations as prophesied.
Mm-hmm.
These are, hey, do me a favor. Look up Susan Bassett. Was that the name? Just look it up in the back. Or one of y'all can look it up and send it to them. I don't want to throw them off, because we still got more. Y'all just look it up in the background. Look it up. Y'all cool. Y'all just let's go back to this. Y'all look it up in the background. Look up the author of that book. Did we read this?
No, we
read
haven't
read
finished.
verse 4.
Yeah. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
God is going to judge these Hamite nations. God's going to judge these Arab nations. God's going to judge Esau.
That's right.
That's right.
Across the board, because they've all taken part in the scattering of the children of Israel. They've all taken part in selling the children of Israel, selling girls for harlots. That's why it says a harem.
Hey, Cap, what we just read about them selling the girl for a harlot, you know how they got our sisters over there in Dubai?
Mm-hmm.
What they calling our sisters doing that? They over there basically
I forgot
giving
that.
them money to eat doodoo.
Yeah, I forgot what they calling them right now.
And
but
basically rape them, having sex and stuff with them.
Yeah.
It ain't no different.
Yep. Yeah, the stripper culture is real big right now, going to Dubai and taking part in that stuff. Or they were, at least, I know a year or two ago, they were doing it heavy. I hadn't heard about it as much recent, but I'm sure it's still going on for the money they paying.
We need to find articles on that. We definitely need to find articles on that.
They
All
were
right, is
eating
this the
kaka.
author? I hope y'all didn't just Google a name and say, oh, here it is.
The author of this
the
book you reading?
Yes.
Her name is Suzanne Everett.
Everett. Come on,
You got
man. Yeah, I said look it up and send it to him.
Hey, read verse 7 again. Read Joel 3 and 7 one more time.
Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
So when God said He gonna return a recompense, that means they gonna go into captivity.
That's right.
They're gonna go into slavery.
That's right.
Yep.
right.
Listen. If they don't want to listen to what we say, because Lord, please let me make it to the kingdom, I'm gonna try my best to be the first one in my family to make it to the kingdom of heaven. When he say render that recompense, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do what it takes.
All right, now let's go back. Let's look up that last page. Let's look at the last page.
Hey, Cap, it's called, they call slave queens.
Slave
Slave
queens.
queens.
Slave
So
queen.
we'll make sure we
Slave
look that up because we're going to go over that next time. Okay, if y'all can't find an author, forget it. All right.
Hey, this one was heavy. This piece. This
Yep.
one, this one we missed.
Mm-hmm. Scroll down. Let's look at the image. Come on, brothers. Y'all already know what we've been doing. Let's look at the image. Let's look at the image. So those are vultures at the top of the tree. Scroll down. Is at the bottom of this page? All right. What do you see? You see bodies hanging from the tree.
Right.
You see bodies. Strange fruit.
That's it. That's it.
That's what you see. Bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll up. Go ahead and read that.
The tree of death.
So this was called the tree of death.
Wow.
The tree of death. Come on.
The cruelties of the Arab slave trade reflected in part the cruelties of the rulers with whom the traders dealt. Can you blow it up just a little bit more? Can you blow it up? There it is. Thanks. This account of an execution in the 1880s was told by a slave in Zinder, Niger.
Zinder nigger.
Zinder
All right, so
nigger.
this is in the 1880s. The 1880s. So approximately 130 or so years ago. So we're not far removed.
That's not
from
too
this.
far.
No, that's not 130 years.
Right. That's not far at all.
Go ahead.
The Sarki of Zinder is a cruel man and much feared by
Hey,
his
y'all
subjects.
look up Sarki in the back too. Yeah, or y'all look it up. Go ahead.
For the least
Y'all don't do nothing. We'll just focus on this. I'm sorry. Y'all look it up. Go ahead.
For the least offense, he sentences people.
Focus. I
For
said,
the
don't
least
do
offense.
nothing.
You want me to start at the top?
Yes, because
Okay.
people can't see it.
Right on.
Come on.
The Sarki of Zinder is a cruel man and much feared by his subjects. For the least offense, he sentences people
Let's
to
slow
death.
down because I want this to seep into the brain stem.
Yes, sir. For the
The
least
Sarki
offense,
of Zinder. Let's start there.
the Sarki of Zinder is a cruel man and much feared by his subjects.
Much feared by his subjects. Come on.
For the least offense, he sentences people to death.
Uh-huh.
When a criminal is to be killed, he is taken by the executioner to an open place underneath a lofty tree called Itashi Inumuata, which means the tree of death.
Go ahead.
It was bounded by great rocks, wherein the hyenas and their had their dens and could eat the bodies of the people executed.
So at the bottom of the tree, there was rocks that was made into a den for who?
Hyenas.
For the hyenas. For the hyenas to do what?
Had their dens and could eat the bodies of the people executed.
Y'all already know what scriptures I want to go to. I don't think I need to say nothing. Go ahead.
Its upper branches were covered with innumerable vultures.
So that's what you see at the top. All these black birds, those are vultures. Go ahead.
There were 6 men this time to be killed. The last of these men, when the executioner was wrestling with them, hit them several times in the arms so that he took out pieces of flesh with his teeth.
So the last slave to be executed, because he saw the men before him being executed, he said, yo, I ain't going out without a fight. So what he did, get me off the screen. Let's just see the book. So what he did was he went and he started wrestling with the executioner and bit some flesh out of his arm. Go ahead.
Bit him several times in the arms so that he took out pieces of flesh with his teeth. And this so enraged the executioner.
So the executioner got so pissed
that he drew the rope through the man's armpits and then he slung him up to the tree. And when he was thus hung up perpendicularly,
So meaning sideways. So he was hung up. So all the executioner did was he tied the rope basically around his waist. He hung him sideways.
perpendicularly and swinging to and fro,
So the slave was swinging forwards and backwards, sideways, side to side.
and turning around. The executioner took his sharp sword and slowly cut the man in bits in little
Slowly
pieces.
cut the man to bits in little pieces. That's the level of cruelty that these Arabs had. This is the level of hatred, the level of cruelty. Because when you look at something that's nothing more than cattle, nothing more than merchandise, there's nothing in them that says mercy, pain. Oh, they might be hurting. There's no sort of mercy or sorrow that none of these nations have for us. None of them. None of them have that spirit in us, in them of mercy or compassion. None of them have a compassionate spirit for the nation of Israel. None of them. I don't give a damn which one of them march in the street. I don't care. There's some sort of personal gain when they're doing that. Either that or some bum, I can't say that, some bum that can't change nothing no way. Y'all president ain't out here marching. Y'all governor ain't out here marching. And he ain't because he didn't.
Heart attack.
Woo!
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair. Brother's scared. Don't say it. Don't say it, Captain.
Right.
He can't march because he's in a wheelchair.
Hey, he came to my job one day. That's why I said, damn, I saw him one day.
Yeah. Oh, that's why you scared.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I ain't scared.
Are you talking about Ironside?
Nah, when he said,
Habit.
y'all governor ain't marching, I was like, oh, that's
Yeah,
why he can't.
yeah.
He quite literally can't march.
You ever seen the TV show Ironside?
I have never seen it.
Google it, you.
Ironside? Okay, understood.
And just
I'ma
do
check it out.
images.
That sounds like a transformer or something.
Can I get a script? Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28, 26. Because this is what Cap is bringing out. If people would understand, because I despise that one sister that said that the Israelites was a cult. Deuteronomy 28 was not prophecy. And even if it was, how does it? Man, shut up.
Shut up.
Read that. Deuteronomy 28, 26.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 26. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air.
So your carcass, just like this, swinging up under this tree, with this tree of death, raise it up and let's see what's under the bottom of this tree. Raise that picture up so we can see. What's hanging off that tree?
Carcass.
Bodies.
Mm-hmm.
That's the tree of death. It said, and your carcass will what?
Shall be meat unto all fowls of the air.
And the crows are at the top of the tree, and the buzzards at the top of the damn tree. Read.
And unto the beast of the earth.
And to the beast of the earth, the den for the hyenas to come in. Go ahead.
And no man shall fray them away.
And then ain't nobody gonna be able to pull your body out of this situation.
Right.
That's what Cap bringing out right now. That's Deuteronomy 28. So when people say that this is not prophecy about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they lying. They have not read it, and if they read it with no conscience towards their people at all.
No spiritual eyes open to be able to see that what was once prophecy has become history.
Yep, that's right.
And the Lord has opened our spiritual eyes up to be able to see stuff like this in these last days. Deuteronomy 32, 26. Deuteronomy 30, I'm sorry, not 26, 24.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and 20.
Matter of fact, prayer, I think I'm in the spirit. Start at verse 26, then we're going to read 24.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and 26. I said I would scatter them into corners.
Stop right there. God said he would scatter us into corners, meaning nations. God would scatter us into nations. What would happen to us in those lands where we would scatter? Verse 24.
Verse 24.
Just read. Y'all be messing me up when y'all say no verse. Okay. Read.
They shall be burnt with hunger and devoured with burning heat. And they with bitter destruction.
No, and with, there's no they.
And with bitter destruction, I will also send the teeth of beast upon them.
I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them.
That's right.
I will send the teeth of beasts with the poison of serpents of the dust.
Yep.
God is prophesying right here that the children of Israel would be scattered in the corners, meaning various nations. And within those nations where we were scattered to, he said we would, the teeth of wild beasts, a.k.a. hyenas.
Right.
Hyenas.
Right.
Galatians 3. Oh, go back to verse 26.
Verse 26. I said, I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. So no longer would you be called the children of Israel.
Right.
You'd be called Zanj. You'd be called African Americans. You'd be called Afro-Turks. You'll be called Cypriots. You'll be called Afro-Iranians. You'll be called Afro-Iraqis.
Yep.
God said, I'll make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
Yeah.
We were scattered, the teeth of wild beasts, and then guess what? The remembrance of us being the children of Israel, oh, that's no more.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut that off.